Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but a collection video, but I just thought, well, maybe it's time to just do an update. Here I bring a September 2024 review or a collection video of all my home media DVD collection, just in the home media aspect, meaning just movies made by Disney, Pixar, Warner Bros, Paramount, etc., etc. Um, so we're gonna get started, and without further ado, I just picked this up this week, but I got the Lone Ranger, the slim case. There's a black and white photo. You can take a pause here. And I should say, if you want to at all take a pause and read this, you can on any of the back of these, discs. Inside, there's your 9 episodes. The next couple we have here, excuse me, are as follows. We have Charlotte's Web, I don't really care for this gray look and the uniform reflective words. It doesn't scream good looking. It just screams manufactured and bland. And then in 1983 we got the Christmas Story. Again, just like Charlotte's Web, I hate this. And then in 1989 I got, now this is a trick. This is a Blu-ray disc, a slim case disc, but there's actually what's inside here is actually the DVD version. You can tell because the Blu-ray would normally have a DVD. Oh, sorry for the glare there. The Blu-ray would normally have like a bar down here that says Blu-ray, and this time it's a DVD that has it. And then we have Home Alone, the first one. I only have the first one, but it's the best one, they say. There it is. These are pretty much the same disc, just one is reflective gray and the other one is white. I prefer this one because of the white and because it's not in scratched up condition. Then we get on to one of the greatest films ever, Jurassic Park. There it is, just a normal red disc. And I'm actually glad that on the Jurassic films, they actually went in and they have these be red instead of, instead of being, gray or black or whatever, but, And then this is more of just a hodgepodge. So I got this in February of 2022. It was a late Christmas gift, and it's essentially just the entire Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park franchise from the first one all the way to Jurassic World. I have the Jurassic World, the film, and all them. The next one we have is a Blu-ray disc. Actually, just a Blu-ray, and you guys are gonna like this because this actor is just one of the most popular ones. The Santa Claus. I I really do not like how all the Santa Claus, at least from this film or for the sequels, it's all blue. Yeah, I get it's a Blu-ray, but I hate how it's all just normal blue. They look the same. Here, what's supposed to be? Oh, hang on, I take these out. Toy Story and Toy Story 2. These two came together in this white clamshell. I lost the cover for this years ago, but it's a thick one and it's very white, as you can tell. Oh, hang on, let me stick those back in there. And then came in 1995 one of the greatest Robin Williams films, Jumanji. Sorry if it's a little torn there. I got to tape that. And I love this disc artwork because this isn't uniform reflective gray. It's actually yellow. And then we got, for these next two entries, they're 2D animated and they're made by Disney, but they're distributed by Universal, and they're one of, some pretty good films. But yeah, it's the next one we have is Balto. And again, hate this disc. I can't even stand it. At least this disc makes up for some of the qualities. It's now in a white clamshell, which Balto was too, but this one has a red poster or red artwork, which is good too. Good, because I gotta be honest with you, I hate oh, what, that's the wrong way. I hate these, I hate it when, like with the Balto one, that it was just uniform reflective gray. These next two are, one is made by Pixar, one is made by DreamWorks, and they both came out in 2001, and I think you can guess which ones. Monsters, Inc. I do like how it's a squished up version of the poster art. Take the hint, DVD makers. Take the hint. And then this one is kind of interesting. So here's Shrek. And before I open it, let me kind of explain this. Now, it says here, there's 2 discs on this, but I lost the disc, and I had to replace it with a Bruce Almighty disc that I had from years ago. So I only have half of the Shrek, thing, whatever you want to call it. The next one we have is one that is a pretty overrated franchise. Ice Age. I love this, and I still do, but man, does this film just feel so, like, overblown. It just feels incredibly like everyone just wanted to make a sequel after sequel after sequel. Santa Claus Oz 2 on Blu-ray. Again, just like the last one, hate how it's blue, but at least it's a blue color, but, that's whatever, I guess. These next 3 are from 2003, and you may know 2 of them, and the other one people may not know, but you guys are still going to like it. So here we have Finding Nemo, one of the greatest films. And when this came out, this went sky high, blew out fans and audiences of Pixar, and just made it it was a great film that almost everybody loved. Mine is a 2-disc edition, and it has one of the greatest stories. It's a very tight script. It's like Jurassic Park, although kid friendly. Secondhand Lion. I'll go into a video about why this is a great film and why some people like it but others don't. I do like this film, and that's why I give it a pass when it comes to the uniform reflective gray. But again, it's on a turning tray. But it's a pretty good film. Very good. I like it, but I don't see too many people talk about it. The last film for 2003 is one that is shown every year for Christmas. We all know it. Elf. Will Ferrell. And then I had some Christmas CDs, and I put them in here because I didn't know where to put them. I hate, again, Elf is uniform reflective gray. I hate it. All right. These next 2 are from 2004, and I think you all know the 2 animated films that came out in 2004. Oh wait, The Incredibles. I got this for my birthday this year. There's disc 1. On the other side, disc 2. I'll do an Incredibles review once we start doing home media reviews on these puppies. And then we have the thing that preceded Shrek 1, Shrek 2. One of the greatest sequels ever, and one of the greatest, films in my opinion. Has some of the funniest things in it. Inside, we have disc it's new artwork, which is good. I like that, but and I am glad about that. Then we have a pamphlet. I'm not going to take a look at that because I don't want this video to go out. I don't want it to be any longer than it has to be. For the year 2006, we got a plethora of films that we just got to talk about. Some of them are new films, some of them are sequels to others, and some of them are just, whatever. I am going to just go through this one quick. It's Over the Hedge. You guys probably don't want to look at that, so I'm just not going to show you the front. But I will tell you this. I just hate that. I hate the reflective gray, or the gray look. I can't stand gray. It's so incredibly ridiculous. This next one is a lot appeasing to the eye. This next film is it has the original film and the second film in it, and I think you all know it because it's one of the greatest films ever that was made by 20th Century Fox. Night at the Museum, one of the greatest films ever, and I think it really just goes to show you that when a team can put in some effort for a movie, they can really do it. They don't put in, too many, potty humor jokes or too many, bathroom jokes. They tell a good story. They have a lot of good action. It's very quotable. A lot of good lines, and it's in general, it's a very, very good film, and I find it a very satisfying watch. It's not as good as Jurassic Park, but I think it's a very enjoyable film with a lot of great characters, special effects, and in general, just great writing. And this is the third and final film so far, at least, when it comes to the Santa Claus films. Who knows if Tim Allen's going to return for a fourth one? But we've had two sequels, and both of them aren't the best. Although the third film is better than the second film, and it's a guilty pleasure for me. Tim Allen and Martin Short are some of the greatest comedians. More than so Tim Allen, but still, I think it's hysterical. We got two films for 2007. We got you guys who are Johnny Depp fans may know this one. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, whoops. Yep, by Disney. Yeah, that thing fell out. And disc is at least it is a golden color, which is good. I like it when discs just aren't reflective gray looks or just carbon copy gray with normal with reflective words. This next 2007 film is made by DreamWorks, and the minute I say that, you should all know it. Bee Movie. And I am glad, and I watched this, and it's a good film. After watching the behind the scenes, I feel like the people who made this wanted to try and make a film that really speaks to audiences and makes them feel good inside. And it's one of the films for me that when I see it, I don't always. I think it's a really, really good film, and it has a lot of qualities to it that really make it a stand out. And in general, I gotta say, the Bee Movie, it's a good film. Nothing to like Pixar, or it's like to me, it felt like a Pixar film when I first saw it, and it's still good. All right, moving on to the next one, we have Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I have other Indiana Jones DVDs, but this is the only one I have up on display. The others are not in their cases. And it's again, I love this artwork. It's really good. I like the Indiana Jones. This other one is also by Pixar, but this is more of an interesting. This is a 2008 film, and this is made. This is more of a interesting. The DVD case is very interesting, and I'm going to be very wise and careful when I open it. We have WALL-E. It slides out. It slides. And there's the disc, and your scene selection, and your bonus features. Some of the best things that are out DVDs is the bonus features. We got two 2009 films and a Disney film that is a short film. So this film has a live action and stars Kevin James, and the minute I say that, you should all know it. It is Paul Blart Mall Cop. One of the funniest films ever. again, it's not really a squished up version of the poster art, which I don't really care if it is, but well, I do. But for me, if the disc has like its own original artwork, I'm not gonna really care because I think if it has its own artwork, it's good. This is the third film in the Ice Age trilogy, and I think I just gave it away. Again, not a squish up version, but it's still a good like. The artwork on almost all of these has been just really good. And this short film by Disney is only about maybe 20, 30-ish minutes long. Prep and Landing. I didn't really care for this much as a kid because it just felt very weird and just didn't feel like Disney. Felt more like DreamWorks short film. But I thought it was good. After watching it now, I thought it was good because I didn't for the longest time I didn't see this film and I thought it was just so weird because I didn't want to see it. But after watching it, I thought it was not half bad actually. Watched it. It's actually one of those films right. It's on. It has not autoplay, but like it repeats itself over and over. Again, gray look with uniform reflective words, but what can you do? All right, we got some 2010 films here. This film is also made by DreamWorks, and it's one of the greatest DreamWorks films ever, and I just love this. It's one of my favorite interests. You have How to Train Your Dragon. If you're wondering what the orange stickers are about, it's because I got these from the Etc. shop. This has just got to be one of, if not one of the greatest DreamWorks films ever. Steven Spielberg himself complimented this film and even thought it was amazing, and I agree with him because really, in general, it has been one of the greatest films ever, and it's still prevalent today. And I still watch these on rerun. The next films is more of a two-pack than anything. We have Despicable Me 1 and 2. Yes, I like the Despicable Me films. They're guilty pleasures for me. But I gotta be a bit of a harsh here and say that when it comes to this, I gotta be honest. The orange is nice, but after a while it gets old, and the uniform reflective gray reminds me of a Blu-ray, but these are DVD discs. And I gotta be honest with you, the uniform reflective gray is horrendous to look at. We got a couple versions of the same film here. First off, it's Cars 2. One of the other. I love this film, and there's things I like it, but I agree with the Unlucky Tongue. This is a bad movie, and in general, but this kind of started Pixar's streak of bad films, but they can still produce good ones, and I still like these because they're just good films. So yeah, we got a lot of things crammed into one thing here. Disc is a squished up version of the poster art and one of my favorite films. And then here's another repackage. This is my version. That's why it has a lot of wear and tear on it. But I'll just skim through this because again, it's literally just essentially the same, although we have no pamphlets and mine is a bit scratched up. And then finally, we have Cars 2 Wii version. Now, I probably won't go over this because this is not a DVD, but this is still a really good game, although I haven't played it for years. I'll still recommend this, though, to anybody. We got two movies for 2011 here. One of them you know, one of you may not know. But we have the movie Hugo. Now, again, I'll go in depth about this on another date, but this is a really damn good film. It's awesome. It's one of the, again, it's probably like the second best film next to Jurassic Park. But again, it has the same problem. But, it's a great film. And then this other one is by Disney, and it features the Muppets. I don't know what companies had at this time period when it came to certain like films, live action or animated, but I have no idea why they're these have well I don't know why it's gray with uniform reflective words. But thankfully, we're getting into a certain area of films where we have at least decent artwork, or at least color on the artwork. Here we have Ice Age 4, the final, or not the final, but the fourth installment. And this is where Ice Age started to turn for me. I like this film, and I still like it too. It's a guilty pleasure for me. But after this point, things start to go downhill, and not in a good way. Well, kind of. It's good for me, but yeah, this is the only 2012 film I have. We got 3 films for 2013, 2 by Disney and 1 by Pixar. First, we're going to take a look at Planes, the first one. And I thought people would go crazy for this film, but I gotta be honest with you, people don't really care for this film, and I don't blame them because this feels like some people thought it was a ripoff of Cars. It's more of a spin-off. I think it's a spin-off, and I prefer to say it's a spin-off, and it is a spin-off in my eyes, but I don't know why people dislike it. We got Monsters University, the prequel to Monsters Inc., and yes, this was totally unnecessary and wasn't up to the quality of Monsters Inc., but I still think it was a good film, and hey, we got uniform reflector, we got squished up version of the poster art. And then for 2013, to wrap things up, we have Frozen. A very, very, very good film, in my opinion. Probably one of the best, I'm going to say. Although I have not seen the second film, but like I say, sequels are pretty bad and notorious for being bad, and they don't really live up to the hype of the second unless they go, all out crazy with, stuff that they do. Like Night at the Museum 2. We got lots of films instead. We got 3 films and a sitcom for 2014. Here we have Planes 2, the sequel to Planes Fire and Rescue, the sequel to Planes. I like the jokes in this one better, but I think both films are funny. After this point, we're going to be leaving we're going to be leaving this gray look and uniform reflective gray temporarily. And then we got so if you all know the sitcom Last Man Standing, if you don't know it, then I'll go into detail about it. But I have the first 4 seasons here. Season 1, it's pretty good. The first one it's good for the beginning, but by the middle and the end, it's kind of bleh. It's 3 discs. And then we got the second one. Love Tim Allen. Again, one of the greatest, people in, one of the greatest, comedians ever. And, he himself lives in Michigan, state not too far from Ohio. Oh, I will bring this up though. So this is season 3. I'll talk about this after I this, but season 3. I like the color of the third one, and the third one it has gold. It's pretty good for the entirety of the season. There's only a few bad episodes, but I think a lot of these episodes are great films. So great. Oh wait, Last Man Standing, season 4, and these all came out in 2014, even though this was the 2014 when it actually came out. This one and the first season are very similar. So I wanted to say, excluding the white background and the floor and Mike sitting on and Tim Allen sitting in the chair, word for word, character by character, these are the exact same photograph. It's just Mike is in a chair now. That goes back up there. And then the next films we have, this is animated, and again, it's a 2-pack. This is for 2014. We have The Nut Job, Nutty by Nature, starring Will Arnett, Maya Rudolph as the 2 main celebrities. I think that was pretty good. I enjoy this film very much. Even I will admit, again, I don't like the reflective gray, but 1, the brown is appealing, and 2, this makes up for most of this. And I'm glad this is green because the dish we've been looking at for most of these, I gotta be honest with you, they are incredibly stale when you just slap a gray, when you just make a disc and it's gray with no, like, colorful, words or anything, and you just make the words reflective. But here we have Night at the Museum 3 movie collection. This one has the third film, that's why I was after this. That's why I put it, and the third one came out December of 2014. Oh, well, you've already seen the first two, but here's the third one. Get that back in there. Again, only 2 films for 2015, but that's okay. We had 2 films for 2011. This one is the actual sequel to Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. A very, very good film in my opinion. And again, just like the one we saw earlier, red with the reflective gray words. I like this better than just a gray disc that is so bland and boring. And this next one even spices things up better. Minions. Yes, again, I like Minions and Despicable Me. Sue me. I'm glad it's yellow. And I like when I spin it, these go, it's kind of fun. We only have 2 films for 2016. One is a Pixar film, and the other one, and it's a sequel. The other one is the 5th installment for another franchise, which is pretty much dead at this point. Finding Dory, starring Mel Brooks, Ed O'Neill, Ellen DeGeneres, Ty Burrell, and even Alexander Gould as a truck driver. And then we have, thankfully, it's a squished up version of poster art, which, that's great. When I got this in 2016, for my birthday, I loved it. It just felt like one of the great. It felt like just one of the greatest films ever. It's not as good as Finding Nemo, but it still is great. And then we have Ice Age 5 Collision Course, a very, very mediocre film now, but when I saw it, wasn't half bad, and it's pretty good. The bonus features on this are great. We got Ice Age, we got Scrat there with his nutch flying through space. Only 1 film for 2017, and I think there were several films for 2017, but for me, we have Minions or Despicable Me 3, which is, for me the final ending. I don't count Despicable Me 4, contrary to popular belief. And I'm so glad this is blue with reflective words instead of gray, because I am so sick and dang tired of the uniform reflective gray and the gray look. And then we have The Incredibles 2. The Incredibles 2, I should say, yes. Not as good as the first one, but I still think it's good, pretty good. We got your Disney movies inside your don't. I should have mentioned. Do not be stealing my. Don't steal my codes because they already expired. And I like how it's its own artwork. That's pretty cool. And then we have this. We have Jurassic World, the 5th installment. I do not have Dominion, but I wish I did. We got we got 2 movies here, and one of them is in a repackage. So this one is Call of the Wild, starring Harrison Ford. One of the greatest films I've ever seen, and it still lives up to its hype. I think it's quite literally one of the greatest. We have, and now we have Blu-ray. I'm gonna trick you. How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. I do not have the second one, but I do need it. The Blu-ray disc is at my dad's, because I have a Blu-ray player there, and Blu-rays is just I have a Blu-ray player here, but it's not as good as the one at my dad's. We have How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I like this poster art. It's not as good as the Blu-ray one, but it still is pretty good. Disc. And then finally we have Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite. I love this film. It's a great kids film. And then we have, hang on a second, everyone. Okay, sorry everybody about that, but here we have the final DVD in my collection. Well, home media collection, anyways. So we have Sing 2, and there's a special. This one has a slipcover on it, and it's embossed. See, slipcover. This is essentially the same, thing. Although this time on the back it's just, we have our cast and crew information at the bottom, and inside it's purple. I love purple because a lot of these films, Disney films at least, they've been incredibly stale with their normal gray look or gray look, and I just gotta be honest with you, it's incredibly just I don't like it. It gets stale after a while. That's the best word. Oh, was he sitting up the whole time? I'm sorry, Dr. Deep. But here we go. So I want to know what you all think of this display I have here. And my movies are up here. This great display case. Here come in the near future. This will be moving downstairs. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this video is a pretty long one, but I want to thank you all for your time. Oh wait, that reminds me. I have one more DVD to show you. This is a surprise for me, but I'd like to show you the Lego Movie 2 from 2019. I just remember this one. I love this film. It's not as good as like the first one, but I still think it's a pretty good. It's better than it's better than some other mediocre films. Inside, inside we have that. We have the disc, which is blue, and Emmett, and this came with it. Thank you again so much for watching. It's great. I'm glad you guys like my content. I'll do more. I'm gonna turn out another video this year. We're gonna keep going, and by the time I'll do my best to make more videos as much as possible. Thank you all so much for watching, and bye.